part of the Ascent to Stardom. All right, so what are we up to this afternoon? We are playing some Blue Otter Moon, Lutri, Otter, Blue Moon. So a couple days back, and this week I've been brewing a little bit on my own, which is not something I normally do, but hey, we have a new set, why the hell not? And this companion, Lutri the Spell Chaser, was an attention grabber for a lot of people. It's one blue and red, blue or red, so 3 mana in total for a 3/2 flash. It says, when Lutri the Spell Chaser enters the battlefield, if you cast it, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. So this is a pretty reasonable card. However, the companion clause is the Sticky Wicket, which is each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name. This means you are essentially playing Highlander, i.e. Highlander. So you have all one-ofs. So the idea is, how can you get a redundancy in effects so that your deck can have a consistent game plan when everything that you have is one-ofs? I tried a generally sort of mid-range controlling build with Grixis. That's blue, black, and red. And I tried a slightly more taking turns combo-esque version. I think I put a little bit too much mid-range stuff in that version, so if I had to revisit it, I'd push it a little more in the direction of this list. But what I saw Jacob Comiskey, who is a well-known streamer, especially for playing Blue Moon, Storm, and any variants of blue-red decks in Modern. And he was feeling pretty down on everything, and I said to him, hey, this Lutri deck is probably something that could be a Blue Moon thing. And he said, well, if you build it, I'll play it. So I did. I built it for him. It was similar to this list. We've gone through 2 or 3 iterations since that point. And he was having a very poor league with Storm, and then he switched over to this deck, and he had a blast all night long. And then one day later, last night, he managed to hit a 5-0 with it. So I think it was only the 3rd or 4th league with the list, and some of the small changes that we made. So, to wit, we are going to be playing this today. One of the most powerful interactions you have is with Ancestral Vision. So this is a suspend spell. It has suspend 4 for 1 blue mana, and it says target player draws 3 cards. So you send this off into suspend, and then 4 upkeeps later, you get this Ancestral Visions. Ancestral Recall effect, which we can fork with Lutri. So for only 3 mana on that turn, we can draw 6, which is really good when we spend all the rest of the time kind of going 1 for 1. Most of the rest of the deck is sort of burn spells and counter spells. We've got a whack of planeswalkers. So we've got Scions, Chandra, Narset, Saheeli, Jace, and Ral. Now, Narset and Saheeli don't function in the same way as these other ones, but these ones have the ability to, once they stick on the battlefield, we can use Time Warp and Walk the Aeons along with Mystic Sanctuary to take a bunch of extra turns and get the loyalty on these planeswalkers up to very dangerous levels very quickly. We also have Exhaustion. This is sort of a faux time walk. And at some point I want to try a copy of Temporal Mastery in the deck. Temporal Mastery does exile itself on resolution, but with Mystic Sanctuary you can reset it on top of your deck, so you can use one of your many discard effects like Izzet Charm or Royal Scions. Actually, there's not that many, but you can use one of these discard effects to get the Temporal Mastery into your graveyard. Then you can reset it with Mystic Sanctuary, and the next turn you'll be able to Miracle it, and when you Miracle it, you can cast Lutri, so a total of 5 mana gets you 2 extra turns. So that's pretty powerful. Jacob put in Saheeli. She just functions as a sort of young Pyromancer that won't be affected by Wraths or most creature removal, and she's just really good in this current meta, which is a little more creature heavy than it has been before. Lurrus is certainly pushing things in that direction. So enough jabbering on. We've got the 1-of Blood Moon. Blue Moon decks have been playing 1-of Blood Moon a lot anyway. And we've got a second copy with Magus of the Moon in the sideboard. Our sideboard is reasonably well set up against graveyard decks. We've got 4 graveyard hate artifacts that function on different axes. And this is one of the nice things about the Modern card pool, is that you have redundant effects. They're not always all exactly the same, and they're not always exactly the same strength. but what they are is pretty reasonable facsimiles of the same effect. So the question you must ask yourself at that point is the downgrade in consistency, in having the best version of an effect, is that worth the power bump that you're getting from Lutri? In this case, it seems like it is, at least to the extent where we can have a reasonable output in games, etc. So we're hopping into the queue here. While we do that, my boy Roy had a question. Would you say that you made Jacob Kaminsky the successful streamer that he's become? Yes, I think the answer is yes. I think he wouldn't be anything that he was before. No, of course not. I think he's successful because he's very passionate about the archetype that he cares about, and he's consistent. He's been playing it for years. He's got a dedicated following. Oh, Logic Knot's one of my favorite from my Grixis Control days. Also, welcome, Haunter Hunter. What do I want? I want this screen. Still got my boy Magma Jet in here. Happy to see it. Alright, here's my Otter. Guys, I flashed in my Otter. I got a generally pretty reasonable hand against most things in Modern here. We can sort of filter to what we need. Sprawl. Okay. Probably grow. So we might get beat up pretty quickly here. I think we're going to Serum Visions and try to find some basic lands. Opponent is expressing surprise at the Otter. Force of Negation is one of the best possible pickups in the deck if they try to Blood Moon me next turn. Pick up Time Warp, Flooded Strand on top, Fork Bolt underneath that. I kind of want the Fork Bolt, but I don't think I can. So we need to get this island down. We need to get that turned into an island ASAP, because if they have a Blood Moon, they're going to be able to lock out a lot of my spells. Pyromancer. Okay, cool. So, a little sad that I pitched the Fork Bolt now, but... yeah, this is not looking great. Opponent on the play with a Utopia Sprawl. Feels bad, man. If there's a Bloodbraid here, we're going to take a lot of damage really quick. Jeez, they just had the killer curve. And a Clothis. That's so gross. See if I can find some kind of removal here. That's not it. Yeah, we're just going to be a little too slow off the mark this game, it looks like. Jesus, it's already alive, huh? So taking 7 here. +1 from my own land. I think the Fork Bolt probably wouldn't have even been fast enough, so it's a shame. Shame. That is... Clothis is great. Clothis is great. We are super in trouble. We're going to take 4, 5, 6 next turn. So this start from our opponent was really nuts and really hard to beat. Even best case scenario, this would have been really, really tough. I guess if we were on the play and we had a mana leak for the Seasoned Pyromancer. But that was not the case. I've got Anger, Kozilek's Return, and Chandra on the sideboard, so all of those should be pretty good here. Oh, Aether Gust as well. Maybe something like Soul Guide, Lantern, or Relic? Probably not. My opponent has elected to be playing this game exceptionally slowly. Scalding Tarn. Yeah, I want another island just in case we survive somehow. So we're going to kill the Bloodbraid Elf at the beginning of combat with Izzet Charm. And that's going to deactivate the Clavis. So we're going to take 4, and we'll be at 4 with our opponent with an active Clavis on the battlefield. Next upkeep, we could bounce the Clavis and tap their team. Excuse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so killing the Bloodbraid will still deactivate the Clavis. Unless this is another permanent. Yeah, we can't beat that. The aggressive deck came out aggressively and wrecked us. Go figure. Did not have the ability to keep up with our main deck, but that's okay. Anger and Aethergust. Cool. So these 4. And then we will cut for sure. Spell Snare is still okay, I think. I definitely want to get rid of, where is it? Blood Moon. Probably Force. No, they're going to have Choke and or Boil. It's pronounced Clothes. No, it's pronounced Clothes. I'm a small amount of stickler for pronunciation. Saffron Olives drives me up a wall. And no, it's Clothes. I mean, again, I'm not actually 100% sure, but it's definitely not Clothes. Let's take out Hieroglyphic. No, Hieroglyphic's okay. Fact or Fiction, I'm pretty sure I don't need. Exhaustion can be really good. Yeah, this is a tough one to board down for. Clothes is fun. No, clothes is not fun. Clothes is just a real word. Clothes sounds like a name. It's neat. Yeah, maybe we're going out with Spell Snare. This is a bit narrow, you know. And then man, most of this is pretty freaking good, huh? A little Chandra? No, she blows up like glory bangers. Want this card box or something? Yeah, I definitely do. They go real wide like they did that game. It is Exhaustion or Walk the Aeons. Oh, Ancestral Visions might be a little slow. It's really powerful. It's slow. Yeah, alright. Maybe it's crazy talk to cut Ancestral Visions, but I think it's a little too slow. Our Planeswalkers will pull us through. We don't need that kind of card advantage, I don't think. Alright, removal heavy. That's what we're looking for. Here's my Otter. Otter sound, whatever an otter sounds like. Yeah, that's banging. We're looking up YouTube clips for otter sounds. Otter makes adorable noises while asking for dinner. Hit me up, YouTube. Well, that was phenomenal. Alright, let's drop my Wandering Fumarole and pass the turn. This is not an island. It cannot be choked, nor can it be boiled. They're so cute. They really are. You haven't heard an otter sound? I think I've heard an otter before. I showed you my otter. Please respond. I don't think I should be saying that on the internet. Hey, buddy, I whipped out my otter. Yeah? So anyway, I stopped blasting. They are really, really cute. Yeah. It does have a bit of the J-Land. Just a little bit. Just a... Cinder Vines. Alright, what if Izzet Charm? How would that make you feel? They've got 3 mana up next turn. I think I can land this Narset. And then... So Narset is probably something I should cut. I think I'm going to hit the Mountain on this one. Because it's the only red producing land. I guess it could be kind of weak if we rip our Cryptic or we want to get to Mystic Sanctuaries early, but I don't think that's what this game is about. Okay. Let's just play this island. I'm going to play this Narset out. Because Aether Gust can beat basically anything they have here. If they have Choke, we beat that. If they have Clothis, we beat that. Mana Leak's probably real good. And I want to get my 2-for-1 off of Narset. So that'll kind of be enough to win the game, most likely. So if they choke me here, it literally only stops 1 land. Sure. Resolves. Okay. So Aether Gust and Mana Leak? Yeah, we're good. Narset. Jace. Oh, it's so tempting. Can I afford to pick up Jace here? No, I think I want more interaction. And then this will be island number 2. So yeah, we're going to be a little slow out of the gate here in terms of our blue count, but that's okay. And then even if they do play like a Bloodbraid Elf and attack down my Narset, we're going to be fine with that because really, at the end of the day, Narset's already done her job. She was draw 2 specific cards. Scooz is not going to kill me at a reasonable pace right now. If they attack Narset, I think I'm just letting her go down. Yeah, she doesn't really do anything against their deck. I mean, I guess she messes with Pyromancer. End turn. Oh, so they've got Boil. Do I care if they boil me? I do because I have to fetch a Scalding Tarn with this. Okay, so we're just going to wait. Okay, so now we've got 3 islands, so this will be a that will be able to get a spell next turn. So we might Aether Gust this end of turn. Eisenbrower seems fine. Might shuffle it away. We'll see. There are no creatures in graveyards? Delicious. Okay, resolves. Okay, so I don't need to fetch to get this anger going next turn, so. Alright, kids. Dad's home. He's pissed. Bye, nerds. Get me out of here. Exile Serum Visions. You got it. And exile my Izzet Charm? Go nuts. Results. One more? You got it in you? Come on. Do it. Bye, Scooz. Cool. Let's shock this bad boy in. Don't boil the Otter. Well, the Otter won't get boiled. Just all the Otter's friends. It's got to be Clothis. Clothes. Pyromancer. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that on top. Yeah, seems good. They'll have no red mana left. They could have Choke, but I have Brazen Borrower. Get out of here, nerd. Can't Veil Summer that. Could draw a card with your Veil Summer, but you can't Veil Summer that. Do I want to reset Aether Gust right now? Yeah, I do, right? No, I don't. I'd rather reset Archmage's Charm. Rather save my Mystic Sanctuaries for that. Oh! Hello, friend. Hello, my old friend. My very young apprentice. Probably should have just reset the Aether Gust there, and then I have another Archmage's Charm reset. Pyromancer. Yeah, there he is. So, charm this. Yeah, let's charm that. And then I can just reset the charm. Oh, I guess I get to reset the charm twice here. Saving Gust for Cloth is worth... I don't think so. Because we can reset it, too. So it's not really, like... Not really a problem. If they played Clothis, like if they played like Mountain Clothis here, we'd get the mana leak it, so that's like not really a big deal. Oh, we can Otter Charm on the next one. So we're gonna be in really good shape there. Do I want to reset Aether Gust now? Yeah, I mean it's probably this is probably gonna lock up the game here basically. The only thing I don't want to do is tap down for Otter Charm where they can foil me. But we could just put Brazen Borrower in here. Skidoo. Alright. I don't know. I'm gonna start killing my opponent. This is not how I like to play Magic. Tempo. Bonk. Boil. Oh, Pyromancer. Sure. Enjoy your dudes. Cinder Vines. They have 4 untapped. So do I Magma Jet them twice here? Do I just Aether Gust it? Thank you, Roy. I think I want to Magma Jet the Elementals down with Lutri. And then I have Aether Gust if I need it. So we're going to jet 1 Elemental, and then we're going to jet them. Jetting each of their tokens. Oh yeah. Sorry, that's what we're gonna do because that's a higher net damage in total. Yeah, because we're just gonna hit them for 3 or 6 and then 6. Also, I have a Wandering Fumarole. I can just smash them with next turn, so they could be in serious trouble here. The Otter has appeared. Who's that Pokemon? It's Lutri. Bolt. You bolted my beautiful boy. I think I can't afford to save Otter. Otter will go. It's going to be okay. Well, that is phenomenal. I like all the things. Ah, the second Scry 2 is completely redundant. Hooray. Resolves. Firing off Fumarole sounds risky. Well, it is, but we're not going to do that now. Yeah, we're not doing it. We had the option. So I've got Electrolyze Snap up now, if I need it. Banger. What about this Mana Leak I had from forever ago? You feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Are ya? Huh? Yeah, you are. Am I snapping off this Electrolyze on their face? Yeah, I am. One target. I don't like the way that cast. Okay, now I can see that. Okay. For some reason I didn't see the numbers before. It's my snappy lad. My snappy dresser. Remand. Cool. Game seems good. Well, they have one card in hand, so like I feel like the Fumarole is pretty safe, but let's just nod and say we did. Because this turn I get to go snap Electrolyze or snap Magma Jet and just win. Yeah, they can't beat this. I have Aether Gust for whatever the last card in their hand is. So they're just dead here. Questing Beast? Nope. Here. Get out of here. Get out of here, bold nerd. See ya. Maybe we want the Spell Snare back on the play, because I think, or on the draw, because they had Skoos and the Cinder Vines. One target. 1, 2, 3. Badoosh. They have 0 cards at hand now, so they're just super dead. Nice. Aw. But you were gonna take 9. So much damage. This is a scary, scary Fumarole. It's gonna Fumarole over you. Alright. Spell Snare. I think I want Spell Snare. I think I can cut Exhaustion? Yeah, that's probably not. Well, no, because they're really playing pretty aggressively. Sinkhole's good. Walk the Aeons? Probably Walk the Aeons. What's up, the Mesite? The Messiet? Welcome to the Blue Otter Moon Strem. Playing Blue-Red Lutri here. And we're in our very first match. Well, can't keep that one. If anyone has a better name for this deck than Blue Otter Moon, by the way, I am open to suggestions. Okay, this is reasonable. I think I just shipped the Time Warp. Yeah. The M10 Time Warp has a really, really good flavor text, but I gotta get a copy of the Tempest one. Yes, Modern Blue-Red Singleton. That is... Oh, that? No, we're not keeping that. No, we're not using that name. No, not at all. That's like an MTG top 8 name. That's like, what is it? Gruul Landloss. The greatest deck name I've ever heard. Gruul Landloss. So we're definitely playing Flooded Strand out on turn 1. Because that is the least vulnerable to a pillage. And it's probably going to fetch me an island. Modern Blue-Red Singleton. You're a monster. You should be aware. Gruul Landloss. Gruul Landloss is the greatest deck name I've ever heard. Ever. It's fantastic. Klothys. Yep. So I'm not going to sack my fetch land. It gives them a target for their Klothys. Klothys is just going to have to whiff next turn. So kind of like a tempo gain for us. Also, I definitely should have played out the mountain there. Now if I want access to red mana this turn, which I do, I'm going to have to shock for it, which sucks. But Bone Crusher Giant is really good against this deck. So Fire Prophecy is also not bad. .jpg. Pyromancer. Yeah, as expected. Okay, so we're gonna have to shock here, but that's the box I put myself in. So we're gonna be two points lower than we should be, but we'll have an extra island in play, which is not necessarily a good thing, but we'll see. Otter, is it? Yeah, that's a deck name. Otter, is it? What about Izzet Otter even? Okay, do I want to Fire Prophecy and ship one of these lands? Or do I want a Bone Crusher? Because I don't feel like tapping down for Bone Crusher. This gives me more options. I'm going to ship the Steam Vents. Perfect. Is it Otter even? Yeah. Ow! Yeah, that'll do. I mean, it puts me down on cards, but do I want to save this for forking? Probably. So next turn I can deal 4 damage divided as I choose. It means I'm going to take an extra 2 here potentially, but that's okay. Need to see if I can get this Ral on deck without getting beat up too badly. They're taking the land. That's terrifying. So that means there's going to be a Glory Banger. Unless they don't have another land. Maybe they're land light, which means they're on all gas, which sucks. Yeah, that's pretty good, huh? Alright. Stamp. Skidoosh. I love that. He's on an adventure. Come on, let's go. Let's go on an adventure. Choke. No, that's a pain in the ass. Okay. These sideboard cards are making me thirsty. Okay. So I have no way to get more lands that can untap. Lutri, no, probably not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one more Devotion, and they've got Clothis online. Yeah, this is gonna be really bad. I'm gonna take the extra damage with the Fire Prophecy here, getting exiled. And Bone Crusher doesn't help me against. Jeez. All right. I think we're kind of screwed here, but we shall see. Yep. No, come on. Ugh, we're super dead. I don't think that there's anything we can draw. We want Hour of Devastation on the sideboard for Clothis. That would. But we don't have enough time to cast it, even if we had it in our deck. So I think this is just one of those things that they just had a good draw, and we just did not have enough of what we need, which is fine. You can lose like this. Any deck can lose like this. I mean, that's gonna turn off the Clothis, but it's gonna deny me so many lands. I mean, I have to do it to stay alive, but like, yeah, we're not even gonna stay alive that long to get this. Hour of Dev is spicy. I mean, it is, but like, it's not, you know. We get to dodge the Clothis hit this turn with Mystic Sanctuary. If they are less clever than me, which I assume that they are, because they're not me. Do it. Do it. Yeah! You've fallen for my trap land. I don't know how trap music sounds. I just know it has like highly syncopated 30-second note rhythms. Dodged, mother trucker. Of course, this doesn't actually help me win the game, but because they can just use their Season Fire Mantle this turn, like assuming that they drew literally nothing, which it seems like they may have. I think I'm playing my Bone Crusher, but that puts me down 2 mana. So I think we're just dead, right? If they're clever, yeah, because then they'll also just target one of their creatures. Yep, cool. No shame in losing to the World deck. Our singles are Otter. Otter singles in your area? Like I don't. Yeah, Otter singles. There's something in this. There's something in this for sure. Sea dogs. They might be. Oops. Oh, we're against E Principe. I think this person is following me. So I whipped out my Otter, and Otter, I hardly knew her. There you go. Am I keeping this in the dark? Yeah, why not? We're in a very creature-heavy meta. Oh, great. It's gonna be what's it called? Or it's gonna be Neobrand or Adosium. Either one combo match is not the best for us. Oh, it's Neobrand. Cool. Maybe they'll respect the fact that I've been wrecking people with Force of Negation. Okay. I thought they revealed Lutri. No. Lutri's not a good companion for Neobrand. I think you played them in a tournament before. Maybe. I know I've played with them before, and I think they're following the stream. We're not dead yet. I always wait for them to whiff. I've seen people whiff with this deck a lot. Like, they have 30 cards left in their deck right now. If they don't have any more Nourishing Shoals, they're done for now. Done for the turn. They didn't cast a Pact, so they're not actually, like, dead or anything like that. They could probably just flip 2 Allosaurus Riders into play, but there's no reason to concede here. SSG. Cantor. I don't know. Seems like they might be done. Let's see. They filtered green. Oh, so they can cast Life Goes On. Very nice. Okay. Summoner's Pact. Okay, so this is going to get one of their large creatures. Now they have the Shoal for 15. So they have 3 draws of 20. Yeah, they're getting 21 here, so that's good enough for me. Puts Nourishing on Shoal on top, draws it. Yeah. That's good enough for me. Cool. So, Mystical Dispute, Aether Gust, Ashen. Probably Chandra. Let's see what we're getting here. None of these. Spell Snare is good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Magma Jet's, or Izzet Charm's fine. Narset's good. Blood Moon and Magus are also okay. 7, 6. Oh, Magmatic Sinkhole is worse. Too hot for Commander. I like that. Maybe is it Commander? No. Is it Commander? No, it's Modern. Here's my Otter. Skidoo. Yeah, we'll keep with that. I think this is good enough. Should I have to lead on Island? Or Shock Steam Vents? Island looks slightly less suspicious. So if they have the Eldritch Evolution line, then we die. But yeah, of course. That's I mean, I don't think Izzet Commander, no, it's Modern is that good. I would like, I'd like something better than that. Witty and accurate is definitely what you want, right? You can have more wit than accuracy if it's balanced in the right way, but Dissenter's Deliverance, sure. Okay. No turn 1. Brazen Barber's not bad. Can bounce at Grizzle Daddy. G-Paw. G-Pops. Otter Nonsense. That's really good. Is it Otter Nonsense? I think that's also really good because it works for the other ones. Okay, do I slam Blood Moon here? Is that enough? No. Maybe next turn where I can hold up the Spell Snare. Let's play this. Because this turn I have Spell Snare plus Brazen Barber, which is pretty great. That's it. Otter Nonsense. Yeah, Otter Nonsense is definitely the name. I think because it works for every single Lutri deck that we play, too. Or it will do. It will do. It will do. It will do. Did they play something goofy? Yeah. But did they play something goofy like Aether Gust in this? I guess we could Spell Snare the Gust. So they'd have to have a pretty narrow draw to beat the Blood Moon, huh? Oh, but I have a lot of things that will become non-basic. I guess I'm not supposed to care. Right? Like, I'll never be able to cast this Cryptic Command, but if there's a Blood Moon down, the chance of them comboing is pretty low. They definitely can't Neoform if I get this Blood Moon down, so... We got Spell Snare for Aether Gust, so it's got to be something pretty specific. If it's Mystical Dispute, yeah, we'll see if we just lost it here. They cycle. It's a good sign. They can still get through with Manamorphose, but I have Spell Snare, so should be all right with that. Yeah. Izzet Otter nonsense is definitely the name for this list. Okay, so they need Manamorphose to get through the Spell Snare. Also, if the Blood Moon leaves play, this Gemstone line dies instantly. Nourishing Shoal. Sure. Oh, they were at 8 cards in hand? Yeah, that's fine. Uh-oh. No. Stop it. Oh, sure. You got it. Ah. We have entered endgame. So we're going to play this. We're going to play this. Skadoosh. And actually, Bone Crusher is going to end this game. We just have to be quick. Mana Dude. Yeah. Yeah, Mana Dude would have beat us there, but I think Manamorphose is much more likely. That's a really good draw. Bone Crusher. And then EOT, we can drop in Lutri and start cracking in for 7. So seems good. Seems good enough. It's Otter time, baby. Hieroglyphics, nice. That might get us to another island. Resolves. So you feel like killing yourself, you say. Allosaurus Rider. So you really, really feel like killing yourself. Yeah, we could have. I'm not really thinking that that's particularly valuable. Okay, so they're going to get to cast something here. They can't Veil. It's 1 green. Yep. So they only have red mana available here. This is their turn, so they couldn't have Force of Negation if they wanted to. Cool. Got him. Got him! Okay, we're going to need to mulligan a little more aggressively on this game, but I think we have all the tools we need to win this. Second Spell Snare is also pretty speculative. I guess a second Mystical Dispute would probably be a lot better. We got 13 whole viewers in here. Thanks for showing up, folks. This deck is really, really sweet. We are currently 0-1 with it, which is obviously not where we want to be, but we lost to the Gruul midrange deck in 3. It was a really good set, and now we are against Neobrand, and we certainly have the tools to beat this deck. Might have to mulligan very aggressively, but I have beat Neobrand on a mull to 3, which included 0 lands. I kept a 0 lander, and I beat Neoform. I think that player was incredibly unwise because they just tried to combo off, and I had Force Negation because I had mulled to 3. So we need early interaction, but other than that, I mean, we've turned 2 interaction. They mulligan. I think I'm supposed to mulligan. think this is nowhere near good enough. I think I can go down at least once. That is considerably worse. They also multiply. Yeah. This will do it. That. 2 cards. No. Yeah, it's not a it's on stream too. It's not a urban legend. Okay, they didn't turn 1 me? Cool. Triple blue spell. Nice. Thanks, deck. Okay, just shimmy lands and I will be nice to you forever. No, they don't have the Dissenter's Deliverance, do they? Manamorphose, sure. For green. Oh, they're trying to draw the Deliverance, maybe? Cool. Land. Not a land. Got it. Pass the turn. Is this the only non-blue source in the deck? Yes, it does. Creature cards in graveyards and library can't enter the battlefield. They can't neoform. I don't want this time warp yet. So we'll put it on the bottom, but any port in a storm in terms of lands right now. I'm pretty sure my plan is just to land this Blood Moon next turn, so which means we'll stamp at the end of their turn. Stamp. And they have to beat me with Allosaurus Rider beats, which is, you know, stamp. Boosh. Bloodmoon or Narset, because they can't currently get. They can't do Juno Island. I want to cast this Narset. She almost definitely is going to give me an answer for things. Yeah, we've got the vices closing in around them now, so. Can you feel it, opponent? The vice closing in. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. And I've got 3 islands in play. Sick nasty. Oh no. Cycle fail. Sure. Please play another draw spell this turn. Please. Again, I don't even have to counter the Neoform or the Eldritch Evolution right now, because I have a Grafdigger's Cage. Now we're going to Teferi them too. Everything's going great. I think this deck likes me. Sure. Want to put Serum Visions on top? Yeah, I think I do. Serum Visions on top, and then next turn we're going to Blood Moon. Because we have Teferi this turn, and then we have Force of Negation. We've got everything we could ever need. Opponent is toast. Like, 99%. Sack in the groove. Sack that groove. They can't Manamorphose on their own turn and draw a card with it, so pretty screwed. Allosaurus Riders is a 5/5. If I mana leak this, they lose a land. I'd rather get Teferi into play. Can beat an Allosaurus Rider. It's your favorite Teferi. Ooh. That's 2 Allosaurus Riders. Okay, it's going to be a little trickier, but I think we can do it. Gotta believe to achieve, folks. Gotta believe to achieve. Well, that's gonna help. So, bottom that, top that. Play Bone Crusher. And actually, if they swing all out, we're gonna kill them? I think we will, yeah. Don't want to... No, but I do want the mana. Also just group block and kill one of the riders this turn. We'll lose to Fairy, but that's probably fine. So I'm going to pick up Walk the Aeons. Then I can attack them for... Yeah, that's not quite good enough. All right, let's just block them down. Because they can only kill one, so the Fairy's gonna die here, but he died for the cause. Mage of Zalfir, Hero of Dominaria, Champion of Neobrand. Okay, I want to just take an extra turn here, probably. Me. I would like an extra turn. Crack you for 4. Don't forget about your commander. No. That's what we're going to do next turn. We're going to group block with the Master and Commander. Scalding Tarn. Cool. Do I need... Yeah, I'm just going to hold the Ashok in my hand for now. So just group block the Allosaurus Rider with the Otter and the Giant. Lutri and the Bone Crusher. Lutri and the Bone Crusher. I got him for 3 mana. Yeah, they didn't attack. Of course they didn't attack. They know what's up. Okay, we gotta go get an island here. And then I think we're playing Blood Moon this turn. Just keep locking them out. Let's get another island first. We'll kill both the Otter and the Giant, but might be the game we're in for here. I think I'm supposed to play Ashiok and start milling them. That could actually be part of how we win. If they waste a turn attacking my Ashiok, I'm okay with that. Oh, we exiled their lab, man. That's funny. Oh, they can attack me for free here, because I can't play the Otter. Maybe they won't notice. They noticed. Alright, we'll take it. Bit of a punt from me, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, here's my mountain. So if they play something before attacking, well, hopefully not a land. So all I gotta do is beat this Allosaurus Rider and we're basically golden. Actually, they could have more Allosaurus Riders. Why don't they play Thassa's Oracle? So some versions do blow boy 4-3-2-4, but one of the finicky things about Thassa's Oracle is then your Gristlebrand math gets really awkward, because the way Thassa's Oracle works, you have to play it and you have to have your devotion to blue be greater than the number of cards, greater than or equal to the number of cards in your deck. So one, a lot of the time their devotion to blue would come entirely from the Thassa's Oracle. So it would be a maximum of 2, which is really not, it's really hard for them to get down to exactly 2 or less cards in deck. But also if the Thassa's Oracle dies in response to the trigger, then their devotion goes to 0. They have to have exactly 0 cards in their library, which is not an easy thing to do. So the thing with Laboratory Maniac is it's much easier from the... Oh, that's a great draw. Okay. Laboratory Maniac is a much easier win condition because whether they have... if they have between 1 and 6 cards in their library, when they play the Laboratory Maniac, they can draw 7, and they'll instantly win the game at that point, because you're overdrawing from your library. So that is the reason why that is the case. Okay, so we're gonna play my Otter here. Play my commander. We're gonna Aether Gust the Allosaurus Rider, and then we're gonna win the game. I guess I could have done that in response to the Aether Gust in case they countered it. I'm not really worried about that. Bye, nerd. Counter me with only red mana. No? You're not? No? Not interested? Okay. Seems like a shame, you know? Don't like that. So that is the general reasoning for why they don't play Laboratory, or why they don't play Thassa's Oracle. If you have any further questions on it, please fire them over. Okay, so we got lethal. Lethal on deck. Good job, Otter boy. Good job. Now, return to me. Oof. He's back. They're 5? I can't beat that. On the stack. So I haven't won yet. No shame in asking a good question. Yep. Yeah, Oracle is really good in ad nauseum because they spoils exactly their whole library out, and then they don't lose because of the nature of that particular deck. Ooh, put Fact or Fiction in my hand, please. Yeah. So the way Spoils of the Vault works with Angel's Grace and the rest of that deck. Sure, you can buy yourself time. It's cool. This Fact or Fiction is going to find us at least one of our win conditions. It's Turtle Time, baby. Or Chandra. I mean, they're both great options. Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy. You're such a good boy. Yeah, we're choosing that one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yidaro! People question the one of Yidaro. Let me tell you about my boy. 8/8 Trample Haste. Like, I'm sorry, but this is a very reasonable creature. Do you feel like Bone Crusher Giant is modern playable? I get the body attached is good, but I feel like it's not great. It depends on what your strategy is. In this deck, it's a 2-for-1. It's an automatic 2-for-1. The shock is reasonable. The prevention clause is good because who questions Yidaro? Well, so people get obsessed with the trinket text on Yidaro, the cycling thing, because they're like, oh, it's a 1-of. Like, how are you ever going to cycle it 4 times? It's like, I don't need to. Just play the Dragon Turtle and kill them. It's an 8/8 haste trample for 7. For 7! It's so good! It's so big! Anyway, Bone Crusher is fine in Modern depending on the deck you're playing. Is a shock and awe. Yeah. Aw. I'll be back in 2 seconds, and we will continue on with this awesome league. Awesome. 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 Giant steps are what you take, walking on the moon. Yeah, Bone Crusher. Anyway, so Bone Crusher is good depending on the modern metagame. Like, so the Gruul deck is good. That helps Bone Crusher be better. Luris decks are popular now. That helps Bone Crusher be better. Just the more application a 2-mana shock effect, because it's 2-mana kill a creature against most of these decks. So it's really like, you know, it's like Terror with a 4/3 split card, and the 4/3 kills people fast. Gyruda. Ooh. Okay, we should have a pretty good matchup here. They should be fairly soft to counter magic. It's a Demon Kraken. Well, I got news for you, my Kraken friend. We're going to be cracking your shell on my Otter's tummy. Lotus Bloom. All right, they're really going ham, huh? Scotch, unfortunate. That's fine. Tap land. Turn 1 tap land. Could be worse. Yeah, that'll get you there quick. All right. Good draws. Good draws. Remand the Bloom. It depends on the rest of the game situation. But we might. Obviously, that's like big game. Desperate Ritual. So they're going to cast it now? We're going to remand the Gyruda is what we're going to do. And if they have... Oh... Well... That was unexpected. So there's nothing I can do here? If that spell is countered this way. Yeah. Could cycle Hieroglyphic, but I don't have a bounce spell that costs 1. So, yep. Okay, let's see if they whiff. Sakashima. Another Sakashima. Oh, they have Spark Double as well. Wow, that was so lucky. Okay, we died on turn 3. What in the hell? Oh, it's a flicker. Sure. Oh, they've got Restos in there too, so. Frickin' Cavern of Souls, man. That's so stupid. Alright. No. Oh, yeah, okay. Jesus. Oh, that was silly. So, Craftdigger's Cage is functional against them. Ashiok is not. Aether Gust, no. Mystical Dispute, no. Well, could be. Fairy might be. Magus, yeah. Turns off the... Yeah. I mean, we just got comboed. Combo decks exist. The fact that it was uncounterable was a real tilt, but you know. Because, like, we had it, no problem, and then... And they cast the Desperate Ritual in a clever spot before they... Yeah, we're bringing in Magus. These are the 4 cards we're bringing in so far. I don't think anything else is worth bringing in. Maybe Chandra. No, she only does 3, right? It's not the X. Yeah. Fry doesn't do enough damage to kill Gyruda. These are going out. Personal Lightning Bolt's probably better than some of this. Fire Prophecy. Abrade. They're all fine. Electrolyze is okay. Yeah, I think we're alright. Sinkhole kind of sucks. But we just don't have enough stuff to bring in here. I don't know. Yeah, it really depends. I mean, it's sort of like Needlebrand. Like, it's just a goofy, ridiculous thing they can do, but... So out of all these cards, which is the best one? Abrade, probably? Yeah. Or Burst Lightning. I bet Burst Lightning is better than something that's still in the deck. Electrolyze Cycles. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's better. Okay. I have no idea. I don't know how good the Gyruda deck is. We've played against it and it whiffed. Keep Burst Lightning, you can go face. Yeah. I mean, probably better than Abrade, but I don't know about how much. By how much? Addison, that's a cool one. I assume I shouldn't keep this. Exhaustion will probably put them off combo for a turn. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep this. We'll see. Remember, we boarded into Fairy, so we can wreck their Lotus Blooms, right? That's how that works. My 5-mana spell is going to come down before their Suspend 3. How lucky are you feeling? Incredibly. Incredibly lucky. I'm a very lucky human being. Life is good. Even if I lose this game, I'm incredibly lucky. So, life is freaking beautiful, man. Hey, look. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Not so lucky. Well, I think Flooded Strand? Oh, let's take Ral. Worst case scenario, we end up pitching him to the Force of Negation we're totally going to draw. I got one question for you. You feeling lucky? Are you? The answer was no. Fucking bullshit, mature ass attitude. Listen, friend. Oh no. No, the cavern. We can play Pentad Prism for 1? You wanna play your Pentad Prism for 1? No? It's a shame. So remember how I called that shot? I was like, we're totally gonna draw Force of Negation. We're just gonna be great. Yeah, we drew Force of Negation. We're gonna be great. I upload everything to YouTube that I feel is worth uploading. How to use this Jacob's updated list? This is the one that he put in the tweet. So 3, 4, yeah, we're gonna force this and then exhaustion them, and maybe that gets me there. Got you. Yeah, I mean, I very rarely don't upload something unless I was being a salty jackass. No, I upload the occasional 03 or 04 or 05 or 14. I will. I do, and I have, but I try to keep it slightly more curated than that. Okay, so the Gyruda is going to be uncounterable. I can't stop that. If I exhaustion them now, they're down 2 mana, plus we beat the Pentad Prism, they got the Lotus Bloom coming off Suspend. I can't mana leak it this turn. but they likely have only 5 unless they have a ritual again. If they have a ritual again, they're just gonna get to go. I can't counter it anyway, so might as well exhaustion them and see where we get with that. So hopefully they don't have a land and a ritual specifically. It's easy for them to have, but I'm legit only missing the warp and the taking turn cards in foil. Well, I think we found a deck for you, friend. Time Warp is $100. Just get an old border one. Just get a Tempest one. It's got the best flavor text anyway. Woof. No ritual. No ritual, please. I like it. You get the style points. Okay, do I want to reset my exhaustion? No, not really. We're going to draw the visions. I don't think I can afford to fork it with Lutri. Gyruda Pog. No. Why no Time Stretch? Have you seen the mana cost on Time Stretch? I think Time Stretch is a bit of a stretch. Okay, so Brazen Borer can bounce Gyruda, which is all I need. Should be fine. And then they'll be down the Lotus Bloom. So, and we have a mana leak for their counter. Sure. We did miss. Okay. So you let Gyruda resolve, put the trigger on the stack, and then you bounce it. And they have to flip another Gyruda in order to be able to combo. Which they did. Damn it. Come on. Sure. Dragonlord Kolagon. Phantasmal Image. Phantasmal Image will die. Resto. God bless it. They have so many. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Didn't make it. We're more of a tempo deck trying to abuse Lutri companions. Yeah, sort of. Time Stretch control deck. I mean, again, it's this deck is like a Am I just done here? Like are we done? Can I just be done? I think we're done. No, there's a Sakashima this time. Alright, I'm done. Can't beat that. I think you're supposed to respond to the Angel Flicker. No. No, you bounce in response to the first Gyruda because if they hit a clone, they can't do anything. They get nothing if you bounce in response to the first trigger. Unless they hit another Gyruda. Which they did. They only have 3 more in the deck. So I'm pretty sure you just respond to the first one. Okay, this is reasonable-ish. A sweet Sleight of Hand. Yeah, I played Esper Saheeli Cat the other day, and we I think we 0-4'd or 1-4'd. It was a really, really, really brutal league. It was rough. It was rough, I tell you. We're against the almighty Brushwag here, so we're gonna have a great time. Yeah, Karuga was 1-4. Yep, we won the last one, right? We won the last one against, it was like Grull or something like that. Temple of Deceit. Okay, so Ad Nauseam. Man, there's a lot of combo. Like a lot of combo going around right now. This is crazy. Jeez. You're right. I'm up all night to get. I'm up all night for good. Pendad Prism. Do it. Do it. Yeah. That's what I want. Do it. 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 Yeah. Even if I don't draw a land next turn, I can Logic Knot for 2. Yeah. Yeah, well, the combo is a response to all the Luris decks, right? Please draw Red Source. Blood Moon is pretty good against Ad Nauseam. Okay, we got another shot at it. Come on, little deck. Don't do me dirty. Don't do me dirty. By Luris, Burn, and Delver. It depends. Some of the Luris Burn lists are not great. Also, specifically Ad Nauseam is super good against Burn. I know one of the sort of best Ad Nauseam players in the world. I say that loosely, but he did cash at 2 GPs last year, and he says his burn win rate is something crazy, like 80-90%. It's just so hard for them to beat you, and you have tools like Angel's Grace and Phyrexian Unlife in your main deck that you're intending to abuse anyway. So Burn has a really tough time with Ad Nauseam. Some of them do, though. Some of them do. Like Storm is probably not very good right now because of all the Eidolons running around in the Luris decks. In the Luris Boros Burn deck. But then there's the Luris Prowess deck, and then the Luris decks are like just like super mid-rangey. So they're all like they're eating up a lot of that space, but you can go over them with combo. Can't go over them without lands though. Okay. Goodbye, Magmatic Sinkhole. We hardly knew ye. Oh no, I have 7 cards in hand. So I was on the play. Okay. They have like not enough mana unless they have the spoils line. No, they don't have enough mana for the spoils line. So one of the things about Ad Nauseam that you have to keep in play while you're playing against them is the mana resource aspect. Mana resource management is... okay, yeah, they can just kill me like this. Because they're going to play... what? It's your turn. That trigger is resolving now. Okay, they should play the Thassa's Oracle. Mana resource management is how you battle against Ad Nauseam a lot of the time, because they need actually a pretty hefty chunk of mana to win, unless they've found... if my opponent had Angel's Grace and Spoils of the Vault in their hand right now, they could have won the game there. They may have elected not to because I have this 1 blue mana up, although that's pretty speculative. Okay, do I want to jam this Blood Moon? I do. I don't have anything else to do, so let's just do it. They're unlikely to play a lot of counter magic in their game 1. They can have Pact of Negation. They usually play 2 in the 60, 1 or 2, and then they can Angel's Grace on their next upkeep and then kill me. So this locks them out of most of their colors, although if they have another Pentad Prism, they can crack out of this, plus they have white mana. So, and they also play a Manamorphose. They play Simian Spirit Guides, which again are not going to be good enough here. They need the Manamorphose in combination with everything else. Okay. That is a great draw. Thank you, deck. I've got a mount, Anne. I've got a mount, Anne. I'm going fast, Anne. So there's a good chance at the end of their turn we go Bolt, Lutri, Bolt, and then start beating them down, because that's a reasonably fast clock. Although I kind of want to play Magma Jet, get my scry on, see if I can find some other action. Question is, do I want to put the clock in play, which is like eh, or do I want to make sure I hit action? I think I want to make sure I hit action. Actually, that's pretty good, because this is Cryptic. Did Ad Nauseam fulfill Luris's restriction without any modification in their current list? They do not. We need more good shocks. Yeah, there's a lot in this deck. There's a lot of good shocks in this deck. There's Fork Bolt, there's Electrolyze, there's Stamp. For anyone who doesn't understand, Stomp. Stomp is the card that I'm saying. Stomp. The card is Stomp. Exactly. They would need to lose Phyrexian on life, which is a really bad idea. Yeah, it's very, very good. Well, they have eight cards that help them not lose the game that are white. They have the Angel's Grace and they have the Unlifes. And then they have 8 cards that have them win the game, quote unquote, which is Spoils of the Vault and Ad Nauseam. You combo them up and then you win the game, is your goal. And then another chunk of their deck is their mana. They've got Pentad Prisms and they've got Sunlight. There's 2 Pentad Prism. Do I want to fight? I think I'm supposed to counter this and draw a card. Although it's a one-shot usage. I'm gonna let this one go. They only have 5 mana right now, so, and they can't win at instant speed with 5. 6 they could, but 5 they cannot, because they need the Angel's Grace and the Ad Nauseam. So this is the end of turn where we're gonna Bolt, Lutri, Bolt. Oh, my opponent found my message. I'd counter Prism. Well, we didn't. We did not. I guess the logic being that if they have the Pact, then they're gonna beat us, because they can fight over the next spell that they play. We can't counter Angel's Grace, and then if we counter, say, Ad Nauseam or Spoils, then they can fight us on that. But made my bed, lying in it. I guess I'm supposed to Bolt the Oracle. Ends up being the same amount of damage either way. Sick Lightning Bolt, bruh. Do you see it? Do you see? You cannot hope to compete with my power. I guess the other thing, though, is we could have just bolted them and then Magmatic Sinkhole the Thassa's Oracle. Because I got a Blood Moon in play. Yeah, should have done that. So I could have had them at 12 there. Which means they'd be on a 4-turn clock. Which is, again, not that fast. But No, you're totally right. I think we should have countered Prism. I went in on the line where I was like, I really want to get a clock into play. It's funny how much I waffle between being like a all control all the time. I never have to try to win the game player, and sometimes I'm like, I feel pressured. Well, that is actually not a particularly good draw at all because I don't have another blue, so it means I have to tap off of Cryptic. So I actually can't suspend this right now. Don't understand why you bolted the Oracle. It's just, yeah. Yeah. I also explained that I was wrong about it because I have this sinkhole that I could use. So, because then they would leave the Oracle back to block, and then I would just sinkhole it at the end of the turn, play Electrolyze, and then sinkhole. So I could have them at 9 here, and the extra Electrolyze would put them to 7. So. I think a couple of years with new tools ad nauseum could go in Storm like Legacy. No, the influx of rituals I think is the limiting factor. So, yeah, Ant. Yeah, so the artifact mana and the rituals that are being added to Modern are not on the same level that Legacy is. Okay, they can win at instant speed now. So I don't think I can cast this Electrolyze. Which kind of sucks. I think we just have to hold up counter magic for the rest of this game. Well, that's alrighty. Bounce their Pendant Prism. But again, I can't tap off this Cryptic, so we shall see. We shall see. Opponent is very, very slow. This league should have been reasonably speedy, but yeah, I don't think so. It's not worth going into the colors, and it's just the artifact mana just doesn't work that way. The thing about Ant is the only cards they have that are expensive in the deck is the Ad Nauseam and the Passive Flames. So their Ad Nauseams are very safe. So they should be, or they could be at 6 here if I had played this game a little bit differently, which is a big deal. And the fact that they can combo me at instant speed now with the Pendant Prism in play is really scary. Match 3, game 1, correct? No, match 4. This is match 4. They conceded? I guess they had nothing. They had nothing and they died. Okay, red and green. So they have Lab Man to win the game instead of Lightning Storm, so we're not doing that. Ashiok, no good. Do they search their library with anything? I don't think so. And Echo? Yeah, Echo, I mean, well, Echo is more of the test thing, right? They don't play Echo and Ant. Okay, sorry. Spell Snare is great. This is all good. Forked Bolt is probably the least good. Yeah, Ashiok doesn't do anything here, right? And neither does Aether Gust? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Want that. Sinkhole, not great. Abrade? Abrade is good. Fire Prophecy is actually kind of okay. No, it's not. They're unlikely to have a creature. If we could count on them having a creature, it'd be alright. But I guess Magma Jet's probably okay here. Don't they play Vial? No. Oh, Veil. They do play Veil. Veil. Veil of Summer, yeah, they do. I mean, it's pretty tough to beat that, but yeah. And I think it's possible they play Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Do they? Do they play Labman? I can't remember because I know Wielder saves them space. It's more blue intense to go off that way, but because if they have Wielder, I want Fry, right? Actually, no. Does he go up? No, he goes up to 5. Playing a 61 card special here because I can't figure out what to cut. Probably. Yeah, it looks like it. All right. Apologies to anyone who's a stickler for 60 cards post sideboard. Probably should just cut the Burst Lightning here, but can't figure it out. So we're not gonna. Otter boy. So Narset doesn't actually affect their combo. Yeah, I also am pretty sure. Moles to 6. 92 moles to 6. Oof. Okay, I guess we're going to 5. No, this is a pretty good hand. We just need to hit 2 lands. It's got good interaction. We just need to hit some lands here, right? Yeah, you know what? I don't want to lose like this. We're on the draw. We've got an extra card. Okay, that's not great, but it's better. Yidaro does Cycle, which is the same as basically what Electrolyze is doing. Okay. Probably should have kept the Cryptic over this Bolt. Yeah, I should have. I just got sort of distracted by the fact that it's reasonably cheap. That was not a good mulligan at all, just FYI. I kept an OK5, but I took out one of the wrong cards. Snappy lad. That's not great, but... Am I getting an island with this? Yeah, I am. So this deck is weird. I think one of the things that makes Blue Moon awkward for me to play is the power of Blood Moon in this control deck, and the fact that you're playing a 2-color control deck, so you can rely less on... Yeah, yes. Rely less on dual lands, because mostly your red spells are a single pip, and yeah. So Pentad Prism. Okay. And if I'm going to get an island with this anyway, I don't need to fetch now. Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Excellent guitar riff. In the words of the great Homer Simpson. Ooh. Another Pentad Prism? It'd be so good. It'd be so good. Ah, it's so good! So much mana. Give your mana to me. I need it. Come to me, mana. I need you. Why did you play Basic Mountain over the island? Because I'm bad. I wasn't expecting to draw an island and I didn't recalculate my play. Because in theory, I want to get to the maximum number of islands faster. I also was supposed to cycle Yidaro there. Whoops. So we will potentially have to check if being one card deeper would win us the game at the end. They did miss their land drop. I'm just not playing very tight today. Not that I ever play that tight, but I'm not playing very tight at all. I had a great day yesterday, I had a great night last night, and I'm just being goofy. Alright, they have more than enough mana to completely crush me. So, it's got to be Phyrexian on life, if I had to guess. Yep. So it's come to this. Yidaro. Ooh. It's almost relevant. Can I afford to exhaustion them here? So they missed their land draw last turn, so they'll only have 1, 2, 3, 4. But then I'll have 0 mana up. So if they have the Thassa's Oracle line, they get to beat me. They have the Thassa's Oracle line, did they beat me anyway? I think they do. There's 6 mana, they play the Oracle, they play Spoils. It only costs 3 mana to do that. They just name a card that's not in their deck. Lightning Bolt doesn't do anything to it. I can make them pay 2 more for it, but that's nowhere near enough. So, if they've got Oracle here, plus Spell Piercing, they're unlife with the Charm. No, I don't think so. I guess maybe it would take a counter off a Pentad Prism, but then they kill me. Maybe there was. I don't know. I think if they have it here, I think we're going to Izzet Charm in response and try to draw Spell Snare or Mystical Dispute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they could have the Spoils. So there's a very, very good chance we do die no matter what we do here, but we're probably cycling Charm at end of turn. Temple, sure. Oh, oof. Action magic. Action magic. What do you got, nerd? What do you has? They bottomed? Okay, so I think that probably means they don't have it here. Uh-oh, they're doing stuff. There's a doings a transpass spoils. Okay, so if they wipe out their deck here, that means they have the Thassa's Oracle in their hand. Can't counter the Thassa's Oracle with Izzet Charm. I don't think it's worth trying to counter this. I think we just gotta save it. Alright, go. Go nuts. What do you got? When did you start streaming and why? So I started streaming more consistently 3 to 4 months ago, 4 to 5 months ago. I got home from, so they named ad nauseum. Okay, I got home from, so I work on cruise ships normally. I started streaming because I started recording my MTG gameplay on my computer to learn from it. And then I realized, like, oh, well, if I stream it, more people can see it and learn from it. So, because they have the ad nauseum in hand, so they could win an instant speed. So, Okay, so that doesn't matter with that. So now I just have to sit with mana up literally all the time from here on out. Sucks. Well, that maybe will do it. Okay. Yeah, I started streaming because I am an entertainer by trade, and I think I can be entertaining and educational at this. I've been playing Magic a long time, way too much of my life, and I think the world needs people out here with a positive attitude and just having a good time playing some Magic the Gathering. And I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's generally it. I thought I could be entertaining. I thought it would be fun for me, and educational. I was going to be recording my gameplay anyway, so might as well put it out there in the World Wide Web. So I can Izzet Charm this. They have to spend all their mana. They get to draw as much mana as they want with it. So I guess my out here is cast Izzet Charm and try to draw a better counterspell. Oh, I can Izzet Charm, Otter, Izzet Charm? That's something. This is the only line that makes sense with the hand I have, I think. I mean, I could try to draw into a counterspell, but glad you started streaming. I just keep up Gust. No, we lose to that. Because then they draw their whole deck and then you lose. You cannot beat the Ad Nauseam deck if you let them draw their whole deck. It's way too well set up for that. They're not gonna let you beat it. Because they're gonna have multiple pacts. They have enough mana. Like you don't beat them by trying to beat them after they resolve the combo. Not Ad Nauseam. Veil? Crap. Yeah, couldn't beat that. I stream most weeknights from 8 till late. What deck would you suggest me to start Modern with? And do you stream every night? Yeah, so 8 till late most nights. It depends on what decks you like. If you can tell me what kind of decks you like in other formats that you've played, then I can make a better suggestion for you. But honestly, I think you should find a deck that you like. Thought they were going off in your end step. No, this is their main phase. I just want to see what they're going to kill me with. There's Lightning Storm. They're going off on their own turn, which is a little sketch if I have Force Negation, but yeah. So they drew their whole deck. Suspend a Lotus Bloom. Sure. Oh no, these are just the cards being revealed. Yeah, so if you like aggressive decks, there are good aggressive deck options. If you like mid-range deck, there are good mid-range deck options. If you like combo decks, there are good combo deck options. The one thing you have to do with Modern is start learning the other archetypes and how they're trying to kill you and how you're go fast player. So combo or aggro, and I don't want to spend a fortune. So Burn is great, Storm is great. I don't know if Storm's that good right now, but the Burn decks are awesome. They're really cheap online. Ad Nauseam, also cheap, relatively good. Fry is probably no good. Oh, we didn't see the Jace, did we? Ad Nauseam. That's it. Simeon, Darkflick. That's it. Yeah. No, there's no Jace in here, I don't think. Lightning Storm. Oh, Red Prowess is super, super fun in terms of an aggressive deck. I really enjoy that deck. On the play. Let's do it. Let's have a good hand and let's win. Adnaz is cheap. Adnaz is super cheap. And it seems to be quite well positioned right now. The cheapest thing to do, honestly, is get a deck rental service. If you want a $350 ticket a month limit, that'll rent you Prowess, Burn, and Ad Nauseam no problem, as well as most of the other combo decks, Storm, etc. And you can get that for like $30 a month. I'm keeping the shit out of this one. Wow, this hand is fantastic. Just needs a couple of lands. It's otherwise very good. How often is Adnaz in the meta? No, don't you worry about questions. These are good questions. Roy is one of my best friends, by the way, so if I'm busy with the game, or just generally speaking, Posseratin is there in the chat, and he's great with these questions too. How often is Adnaz in the meta? So Adnaz is always around. Like there's Adnaz aficionados, people who just play it religiously, but it's good whenever like the spell-based combo decks are good. And because everyone's trying to play with the companions and the Gyruda combo deck and stuff like that, then yeah, it's just is it always good? No, it's not always good. It was really good during Hogak summer actually, which is really funny. Brazen Boar was a good draw. Already got a Abrade, but Brazen Boar was still good. Brazen Boar can bounce the Phyrexian Unlife. There's a lot of good combo decks. You could also play the Through the Breach, or not Through the Breach, Underworld Breach grinding station combo decks. There's a bunch of those. They're not very popular right now, but they probably will be. So I would say, just tool around and see what you can find that you like. If you check out MTG Top 8 here in the Modern section. Hold on, let me pull that up for you. If you check out MTG Top 8 in the Modern section here, you can find a bunch of different combo decks there. Probably ones I haven't even remembered. There's a Goblin deck that's a combo deck too, which is doing quite well right now. So lots of good options for combo. Lots and lots. City of Brass. I think I'm just going to flip my Brazen Boar into play here. Kind of feels bad not to have it in case of Phyrexian Unlife, but I do want to clock them. So let's get that going on. Well, what's going on? What's going on? Combo Goblins is so fun. Mog Monday by Jeff Davis. Yeah, Jeff Davis is an awesome guy. As far as I can tell. Seems like a good fellow. The Combo Goblins deck must be on there. Yeah. It's also Devoted Druid. So there's one of the things about Modern too, and one of the things that I said I like about Modern is like unlike Standard and to a lesser extent Pioneer, beyond their just be okay. So if they have Mystical Dispute, they can beat my counter here. So I probably don't want to play Deprive. I think I want to Archmage's Charm. Because I don't want to bounce my land and then get blown out. Cool. Resolves. Good. What was I saying? There are decks in Modern, like, say you are like, I'm a mid-range or control player. Well, are you a mid-range or control player who wants to play, like, Black X? Yeah, we're up 10 minutes. They're playing super slow. If you want to play Black X mid-range with discard spells like Thoughtseize and Inquisition, there's like 6 different decks you could play like that. Do you want to play blue control decks? There's like 5 different decks that are good blue control decks. Like Modern has really flexible card pool. Has a really flexible card pool that allows for like very niche customization of exactly how you want to play the different archetypes that you like, which is, in my opinion, one of the best parts about it. So if they play a 2 CMC spell here, so if they play Pentad Prism, we're definitely going to Spell Snare it. And even if they have a counter for Spell Snare, what we can do is pop in the Otter and just copy the Spell Snare and eat the spell anyway. So we're in a really good spot in terms of that aspect. On the axis. It's a good axis to be on, to be honest. Do it. Do I want to Spell Snare this, or do I want to let it resolve and Abrade it? I think I want to let it resolve and Abrade it, actually. Which is weird considering the thing that I just said, but that's where we are. They can't beat this with Veil of Summer. Get out of here, nerd. Yeah, they've played this game spectacular. They've played this match spectacularly slowly. In fact, the whole league has been like this. We played against some really slow players, other than the Gyruda. The Gyruda deck player was speedy, but even the Gruul player was a little slow. Hasn't been good. Action magic from Hasbro, the makers of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna reset my Archmage's Charm. Even though it means I'm not drawing a land for Teferi, I'm pretty happy about it. Brazen Boar, just clocking him here, just going to work. But yeah, if you check the mono red prowess decks, those are probably right up your alley in terms of the things you described. So, would say that's maybe a reasonable choice. Okay, are we gonna Archmage's Charm ourselves to draw? Yeah, we are. I've got good counter magic. I just need more anything like that. No. Sure. That'll do. Okay. So they're basically on combo this turn of Bust. The downside of this is Spell Snare on the Thassa's Oracle is not great, but I don't think playing Teferi here is worth it. We've got Deprive and Otter, Spell Snare, Deprive, and nothing. Yeah, I think they're just on combo or bust. They have enough mana, but they need the right combination of spells. And we do have lethal. If they go end step, we just get to play Teferi here. And as long as he resolves, we just kill them with the Electrolyze, and then they can't respond from that point. This art is sick. Jeremy Jarvis doing the impression from the future of... Maybe I should have kept that Aether Gust on top. Go Spell Snare. Then if they beat the Spell Snare with anything, I can play... Why isn't it Teferi? I've put split second. I'm asking the real questions. I think I have to fight this. So I play Spell Snare. They play Veil of Summer off the city. I play another counter. Then they're going to beat it. They play Veil and Mystical Dispute, and they have Spoils of the Vault in their hand. They win, but that's a lot of stuff. So let's see what's up. Oh. Awkward. Then we're going to reset. We're going to reset here because I can draw it with Electrolyze. Am I resetting Deprive? Yeah. Yes, 100%. Okay. So reset Deprive. Yeah, that's exactly what I was sort of postulating. So I think they have to have everything all over again. Does it take a lot of ticks to start having a steady amount of play points? It depends on how good of a player you are and how good you are with the Moto interface. I mean, if you look at my opponent right now, I don't know how they play most of their matches, but I'm assuming the clock is a serious problem for them because Ad Nauseam is not like it's a fast deck, but like if they combo off here, I don't think they have time to beat me unless they have like the smoothest line ever. But the way they've been playing this match, I don't think that they do. So like this person, I think, even though they're playing a very reasonable deck in the meta, because of either okay, it looks like they GG'd. Spoils. So they didn't play anything else yet, so we can let this resolve. They're probably just gonna die, but they died. They died. Yep. Name's Angel's Grace. Yeah. Damn it. Actually, I can keep that in a note now. Cool. All right, match the 5th. Let's go win a burrito. Let's go get those burrito bucks. Sick burrito money. All right. But yeah, if you play Burn or Prowess, the thing is those decks are very meta dependent. Like there's going to be some tough matchups all over the place. E-Tron is another good aggressive one that's always just kind of pretty all right. Luris. Can I keep this hand against Luris.deck? I think I can. We just need to hit 1 red for this Magma Jet, and we're kind of in business. It's probably Burn, but Burn is kind of okay with this hand. We'll see. We shall see. Ambush Viper gonna go to work. Hopefully they have Goblin Guide if it is Burn. On the play here. This Brazen Lad might go to work. I think we've played against this player recently too. Getting all the hits today. Come over here. All right, well, I'll be back in 1 second because they're taking forever with this. Oh, nope, they finally didn't. All right. Well then, here's the turn. It's time to Otter them. Not Burn. Probably not Burn. Could still be Burn. Bobbled themselves. Okay, could be Delver. red land, go. Now. Do it. One of my favorite cards that I was missing while we were playing all of the Luris decks. I miss Jace. Okay, so it's probably 4 color Luris. Like Ice Fang Chronicles, no Delvers. So this should be a pretty rough matchup for us, actually. No Renin 6 there, though. It's pretty good for us. Don't think I just want to jam Snapcaster. I do want to hit a land. Well, beggar, not chooser, I suppose. Could fire off my Otter here. Get him. Probably going to see an Ice Fang. One Snick. One slithery boy. Yep. Not much of a concern for us. They have no black mana in play so far, which is kind of great. So I just need to hit my own red. There's one black. I miss Astrolabe. I'm going to fire off this Brazen Borrower here. And then if we draw land, we get the Jace. We'll see how they respond to this. They have another Ice Fang. It's going to suck. Nope. Oh. What? Okay. Because they didn't want me to counter it when I swung. That sucks. Alright. You were supposed to be beautiful. You were supposed to be beautiful. They play Luris here, we get to Force of Negation the Bobble, which is pretty funny. I'll take one. Sure, you got it. Donk. Alright. Land. Jeez. Alright. Opt. Opt on top. No. Okay. Sometimes you're gonna have a rough game one. For reference, we're playing how many red sources? So there's 6 islands? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 6 islands, 3 Mystic Sanctuaries. So that's 9 non-red sources. You still work on cruise ships. I will be working on cruise ships as soon as the cruise industry is allowed to open again. My ship does have a sailing date, so it's the end of July. So I will be going back to my job as a cruise ship musician. They didn't cast anything, so I can't remand here. I kind of want to play this Naked Snapcaster Mage. It really sucks on this board, but we'll just throw the land. Draw the red source. Just do it. Do it. There we go. Okay, we're going to start going slow here because they've had a lot of time to build up resources. Ideally, we want to get in fights on their turn right now. So yeah, I'll be going back to cruise ships once But hopefully after the next contract, I'm just gonna stop doing that and start to find teaching work here in Canada and sort of start, I don't know, putting down a real life. Been working on cruise ships for about 4 years now, depending on how you count it. Seal of Fire. Force this. If I pitch Walk the Aeons for Force, where does that put me? Puts me way better if they have a counter. I think I have to go down on cards here. Be really aggressive with my resources. Because all I have right now is cards in hand. They've got everything else. We can always find the time warp if we need it. Walk the Aeons is not going to be useful anytime soon. So I am based in Toronto, Ontario, or Oakville, Ontario right now, which is like a satellite city. It's close. I play drums professionally, although I play an amount of piano and guitar. You can find my drumming on YouTube. It is also Zach Ryle, but I'll link it. What happens if I get, well, I'm going to be YouTube at least. Sorry, my channel. All right, it's their turn. Okay, what are you up to? Didn't play anything after the Force. That's fine. Plus War Ral. I like the War Ral a little bit in this deck. I'm not 100% sure. I think I need to playtest it. I'm definitely not against the War Ral. Expansion Explosion I think only works if you're playing green, because then you get up to the sort of like mana that you're looking for an effect like that. Oh, well, that would have been good earlier, but okay. Do I want this land first? Yeah. Do I even want this Fork Bolt? Probably not. Just put the Scalding Tarn there. So, draw the Scalding Tarn, play Scalding Tarn. Back in for 3. I really hope they don't have a third Ice Fang. Yeah. So that was me playing in the pit on the Carnival Triumph in their Wonderful World musical, which was wonderful. No, that was the other one. The New Orleans one, the Big Easy. That is a song called Jumpin' Next to Java. Combo with Ral. Have Ral cast Opt, cast Expansion, copy Expansion of Lutri. Yeah. I guess having the combo in here wouldn't be a bad idea. I've generally found the Expansion Explosion combo to be really clunky, so not really a big fan. I'm gonna fire off the Snap here. Yeah, because if they try to fight me on the Snap, I get to Jace or Chandra next turn, so. I'm really surprised they didn't play their Luris. I don't know exactly what they think is going to happen on my side of things. Then Jet or Opt. I want to Opt. I want to go up cards here. Can always Mystic Sanctuary now. Might Mystic Sanctuary my Force of Negation. So Mystic Sanctuary my Force, Remand the Man. Oh, remanding the Mana Leak doesn't do anything. Sure. Nice hand, opponent. Okay. On the plus side, they're fighting over a bunch of stuff right now, and then I'm about to play Jace, so kind of okay with this. And then I get to have Force. And if I resolve my Jace, then okay, yeah. So we definitely want to remand this, because then they're just going to play the Mana Leak again. most likely. Basically, the only bad outcome for us here is that they just let Remand resolve, then let my Opt resolve. Hopefully they fight. Yeah, good. Good. Give in to your hate. And draw my Force of Negation, then we Jace for any blue spell. Hello. Luris doesn't let you play with this card. Oh. Should have played the Chandra. Can't play the Chandra. I don't have double red. Never mind. Well. Sometimes you're gonna get beat up. Crap. That was really good. I was not expecting that one. Now they've got double baubles, so we can't fight on the baubles. This is probably Luris coming down, so we need to rip red or another rule spell. Good for them for playing Force Negation, though. So it looks like they're playing the McWinsauce version, which is really good. I love that deck. This is their kitty. Meow. Okay. Play Bauble or Snake? Probably gonna play Snake. I'd play Snake. Do they have a Sanctuary? They do. You can reset Force or Lightning Bolt. Force, sure. Then play Ice Fang or Bauble. They already have a draw coming with Bauble. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think we can win this now. Well, maybe if I draw a burn spell, because I can copy it with Lutri. I have to be careful about how I do it, but oh, not that careful. So that's gonna work just fine. So we're gonna play Fire Prophecy on Luris. They're gonna play Force of Negation. We're gonna fork the Fire Prophecy and kill the Luris. So that actually worked out pretty well. And then we're gonna bottom the Force of Negation probably. Do it. Do it. All right. Otter to the rescue. Do. Lutri. Copy my thing. Target your thing. Same target. Wait. Probably bottom. No, I want to bottom the Force. Chandra is a win condition. That's a good draw, that one right there. I will keep that. Boosh. Otter beats Kitten. So they need a pretty good series of draws here. Kind of pulled this out of our pocket a little bit. Archmage's Charm is pretty good. Okay. Follow up, nothing. It's not the worst. Attacks with one creature, sure. So I guess I'm going to start attacking back with my Snapcaster. Stop. Don't play anything. Oh, that's so good. Ah, it's so good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. They drew a lot of cards. They have so much mana. That's a pretty good one. Magma Jet? Yeah, I want the Magma Jet. I guess I should save that back to block their Snapcaster, because they're going to block with Ice Fang here, and then they've got more power. No, we've got equal power, and they can't swing with both. They block with their Snapcaster. Okay. I will take that. Yeah, yeah, Expansion Explosion Ral is an interesting combination to put in the deck together. Mountain. Do it. Jet's pretty good. Alright. Do you has? Do you see it? Cryptic Command? Good God. They're gonna bounce their Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, they're bouncing the Ice Fang. What's the second mode? Oh, there we are. Counter target spell, return target Mystic Sanctuary? Yeah. Have I played? No. I think this is okay. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, can't attack. Woof. They're gonna reset the Cryptic? Sure. Oh, no, they don't have another one. Yeah, I think they're playing the McWin Sauce list, which only has one Mystic Sanctuary, so. Whoops. They do have a lot of churn. They are 17 cards deeper in their deck than we are. Goodness gracious. I mean, sure. Resolves. 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 You don't play that many counters. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Bone Crusher. All right. You can't have counters forever. Okay. But you can have them for a long time. Cryptic. Are they going to bounce the Mystic Sanctuary now? Did they get clever? I hope not. I don't like it. Oh, but this is about to get exiled, so it doesn't matter. Oh, no, but they have another Cryptic? They should have another Cryptic in the deck. They're bouncing the Ice Fang. Yeah. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Ah. Alright. Alright. We got a lot of tools for this matchup, so we'll see how well we get to do. Inverter Adnos is better than regular Adnos. Not in Modern, no. So Time Walk essentially would have functioned like Explorer there, but I don't. Ooh. This gets me a red. So I'm going to try Chandra, but then we have to kill the Snapcaster, otherwise we just die. I have to shock for the red in case we're just dead. Yeah, I think we'll just go next. It's fine. I do not think Inverter Adnos is better than regular Adnos. Regular Adnos is for sure correct. Now, Inverter is neat and weird, but I don't think it's particularly good here. Oh, Teferi's the nuts. All right. Ashiok, good. Soul Guide Lantern, good. Relic, okay. Craftigger's Cage, okay. Anger, yes. Chandra, yes. Dispute, yes. We don't want the Blood Moons out. I think that's going to lead to us getting beat up more than anything else. Maybe Kozilek's Return? 2 mana bolt is not good enough. Narset is probably not good because she's going to attack down really easily. Fact or Fiction's really hard to resolve. Like, obviously it's like a game win when you do, but Walk the Aeons. Magmatic Sinkhole's way too big, I think. Two more. I think Walk the Aeons is a fine cut. I think against the Flash deck, probably Exhaustion is not so good. And then maybe Chandra. No. They don't draw too many cards. Like, I guess it kind of beats Archmage's Charm, but it's also pretty easy for them to hassle her down, I think. She may be better than Ashiok. They're doing a lot of searching, but they are doing a lot of graveyard shenanigans, so let's maybe keep on Narset. I could keep on Narset on the play. And then I don't know what else I want to cut. Maybe Chandra, maybe Silence. Less time walks. We are looking for the Teferi in this matchup, that's for damn sure. Can't keep that. Okay. Bottom. Electrolyze is the worst card in this hand? Electrolyze or Opt. No, maybe just the Anger. We'll draw it later. We don't need it in the opening hand. Can fetch an island here and then be good. Yeah, I understand. But the thing is, they can split up their draws, right? They don't have to do 2 on any one turn almost ever. I guess Astrolabe, yeah. It's pretty good against Astrolabe. Cut my Blood Moon. Okay, cool. I think we'll get basic island, though. No, I need double red for something. Anger. Big Chandra. Little Chandra. Oh, medium size Chandra. Good draw. I guess Narset could be okay. I'm just worried about her not being able to stay on board. Bubble themselves? Yeah. Yes, please. Need 1 more land. Good draw. Very good draw. I'd like to play Lutri out for nothing here, but I think I just need to draw lands. I'll see you later, friend. That's not a good draw. Oh. Okay. So probably gonna electrolyze at the end of their turn. Okay. Okay. Still get to draw a card? Still get to draw a card. Good. What? Oh, yeah, no, it also gives them hexproof from blue. Sorry. Sorry. I thought for some reason there was a weird... It's not that weird. I thought that clause on Veil included... what's it called? That you got hexproof from black but not blue, and that your spells were uncounterable, because that was the blue part, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's just really complicated. Wasn't thinking about Veil, as usual, which is, you know. Keranos is definitely a sweet add. I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff. I think Ral is just better, generally speaking, but I mean, Keranos is something you can play. Okay. Do I cast the Saheeli, start trying to hack through their counter magic? Because if I draw another land, then I can go Jace Mystical Dispute. Yeah. Nah, let's not say we did. Yeah, Keranos is definitely a consideration, but I think Ral is generally better. I think they're vulnerable to most of the same things, so it doesn't really seem like a... Okay, Mystical Dispute that? Yeah, why not? I don't know. I'm pretty... Oh, they don't have Veil, but they're going to have Dispute. Nope. Cool. Maybe Luris this turn? Finally? Yeah, sure. Okay, well, we can definitely kill the kitty. There's like nothing in their deck that beats this. I don't think. It's Aether Gust. We'll just logic not. Thing is, they're on freaking 7 cards in hand. Like, and they have more lands than we do. Drown it, sure. So I could just Lutri here. Is it my turn? Yeah, they can force this. I can't beat everything, so this is going to incentivize them to spend some mana on their turn. Okay, it looks like we're good. Got him. Got him! Otter beats Kitten again. Of course, they're on 7 cards in hand, 5 lands. Oh, snap K-Con. Yeah. So they got Luris back. And they're holding up Mystical Dispute Prevail. Sick. Seal of Fire. Okay. I want to play a Temporal Mastery. Temporal Mastery is really interesting. I don't think we actually have enough discard outlets right now. Alright. I think I got a Jace and try to get a Brainstorm off here. I think that's the only way I'm clawing back into this. Probably just has Force again, but they've had everything so far. Yeah. Okay. I guess the only thing they didn't have was a counter for my first Mystical Dispute when I fought their KCOM. Jesus. Man, that deck is so good. They're so far ahead on lands too. Yeah, we're just getting goofed. Getting dunked on here. So, good. Oh. But I can't cast my Spell Snare to generate a blocker. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I think we're just toast. Hopefully they cast on us 2 CMC. Yeah. Good. Get him. Spell Snare is good spell. It's funny, I kinda want the land, but definitely not that much. Yeah, the Temporal Mastery is really interesting. With 5 mana, if you can reset it on top of your deck, you can copy it with Lutri, so you get 2 extra turns for 5 mana. It's a very powerful interaction, but you can't set it up consistently, really. So the bobble. We drew very few of our sideboard cards, and this one we drew in like the wrong order completely. Like if we had had Tormod's Crypt or anything else earlier, that would have been great. We didn't, and that's fine. That's how she goes. If we top deck a land, we can get the Chandra into play and wipe their board. Or just deal 2 damage to Luris and exile it. Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do. So let's rip a land. Land. Okay, this is how we get back in this. Hello. Hopefully I don't have Aether Gust. If they have Aether Gust, they really had it all. So, you can't beat it all. So -2 on Luris. I think it was game 1. Yeah, we definitely got varianced a bunch in this league. What do they have here? Oh, Cryptic. Okay. If they have Cryptic, we're done. I think. Are we? Cost them a bunch of mana. Make it, yeah. Good. Well played. So that league was a testament to the variance that is inherent to playing mid-range in Modern. So this deck is fine. It is. And this list is fine. And that 2-3 was the nature of, we played against the 4-color Luris deck, which is a bit bigger than this deck in terms of its mid-range grindiness. We played against the Gruul deck. Now, the Gruul deck is very explosive, very, very powerful. That's like the true non-blue mid-range deck. It's very much like Jund, but a lot more aggressive. They don't have as good of a combo matchup unless their mana disruption plan is really good, or unless their aggro plan is very fast. No, I mean, it's fine. We're having a great day. So, again, this deck is fine. Had a bit of an awkward run there, but that's going to happen to you no matter what deck you play. Some of the combo decks, you'll just mull to 4 every match, and you won't be able to find your combo pieces. This was the mid-range problem. We ran into decks that lined up pretty well against us. We had a lot of good luck against Neobrand and Ad Nauseam. So the 2 combo matchups, we won those quite handily, which considering how much burn we have in the main deck, that was pretty lucky. We lost game 1 on Ad Nauseam, I think it was, and that's not surprising. We lost game 1 to Neobrand, and also not surprising. Are you streaming any large tournaments tomorrow? I don't think so. Probably just going to be doing my regular stream time, but I might run Jeskai Lutri tonight if I can get Stream Decker to cooperate with me. So you can check that out possibly tonight and possibly on my YouTube channel. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here live on Twitch right now. You guys are wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you, Jacob Comiskey, for just taking this wild list and helping iterate it into something that is pretty cool, really fun to play. Lutri is definitely playable. Is it competitively going to be one of the best cards in the meta? No, not even close. No, I don't think so. But it is certainly fun. It's certainly something you can do. And you should always remember that unless you're, trying to go compete at the highest level, this is supposed to be about fun. So that's it for me for now, but I might be back in about 3 hours with Jeskai Lutri. So see you guys then. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Go check out my Twitch stream, and have yourself the most wonderful day.